The part that I have a problem with, and it's a problem that a lot of YouTubers, as you said, have brought up, is that DK Oldies talks about how they refurbish their consoles.
Yes.
Their stick is, we get these consoles, we refurbish them, and we sell them to you. Now, let's define terms here. What do they mean by refurbishing?
I have several questions.
Yo, yo, yo! What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Miami Geeks Weekly Updates brought to you by DigitalCrackNetwork.com. I'm your host, Punch305. With me, as always, old school gaming specialist, Uncle Willie.
This is a new format for us.
Yeah, it is. New format. We're trying it out. Hopefully, it's something different that we all can, play around with. And also maybe even have some special guests that they could join us and have some fun with us. This is gonna be fun.
To all of you out there that want to hang with us, that's a hint.
Yes. And Willie, so this is gonna be some fun times. For those that follow us a lot, you know that we're always cursing and all that stuff. We're gonna be holding it down to a G level, or at least try.
No, not G. I won't do G.
Okay.
If we start talking and deer and pigeons show up behind me, I'm quitting this.
All right, fine. We're keeping it PG, so we're gonna keep it at least somewhat decent, but we don't want to get no one mad, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, whatever. They need to grow up anyway.
Well, true, but besides the fact. But Willie, it's time, and we have plenty to talk about, dude, and especially with DK Oldies. And bro,
I didn't want to talk about this.
What's going on with DK Oldies, man? I mean,
I don't want to talk about this. I didn't want to
we
talk
have
about them.
We have to talk about them, because apparently they're doing so much bad. Like every freaking YouTube out there, every YouTuber is talking all about it, and we're the only ones that are not saying a freaking word about them. And
there's a reason why.
Of course there is. But Willie, why are they selling products that they supposedly say they're refurbished and checked and clean, but they're not? And they're selling it for such a high price, which you can go on eBay and get them. Please.
You're getting ahead of the story. I know.
I'm sorry.
Let's take this slow and steady. I heard that wins the race.
Indeed.
So, DK Oldies. I'm sure a lot of people that are listening to us know of them because of their TikTok ads. I don't tick or talk, so I don't have that. Mm-hmm. But they've come into my radar. I've known of them for a while. They're not new. Let's start there. They're not a new company. They've been around for a while. In my sphere of influence, I know of 3 companies that are similar in so far as being retro focused. I know of DK Oldies, I know of JJ Games, they send me emails, and I know of Lukey Games. Lukey Games because they're here in Miami. They all have the same shtick.
Okay.
They're retro focused, and their prices are disgustingly expensive.
You're not wrong. You're not.
I'm not going to sit there and talk about the price. Okay, all right, let's get this out of the way. Yes, DK Oldies prices are pretty high.
Extremely.
I would say they're Snoop Dogg levels of high.
Okay. They're that high.
With or without the Crip Walk, I'm not sure. But the price is not the problem. If you want to sell something, you set a price for it. If somebody wants to buy it, they'll buy it. That's called the free market. That's how that works. If someone wants to go and pay $300+ for a GameCube with 2 controllers and 2 games, that's on them. I'm not gonna bitch about that part. The part that I have a problem with, and it's a problem that a lot of YouTubers, as you said, have brought up, is that DK Oldies talks about how they refurbish their consoles.
Yes.
Their stick is, We get these consoles, we refurbish them, and we sell them to you. Now, let's define terms here. What do they mean by refurbishing? Well, me, being a retro gamer, being an IT guy, being a tech nerd, when I hear refurbishing, that PS3 you have right there,
Yes.
selling for $400, I expect that they crack that baby open,
Yes.
cleaned it out,
Mhm.
repasted the CPU.
Okay. Yes.
Maybe they'll go so far as to ultrasonic cleanse the board, check the connectors, clean out the drive, replace it if the drive is bad or the lens. That's what a refurbish is.
I totally agree. And
It's not new, but you restored it to like new status.
yes, and you know who used to do that pretty well? GameStop. Sadly, but it's true.
That's an absolute lie. I'm sorry. That's all right. The editor will take care of that.
Yeah.
Listen, this is a new format. I'm trying here.
I know you are. You're doing great, though.
Remember, I'm an old man. I'm trying. Anyway, GameStop doesn't refurbish anything. They say they do, just like DK Oldie says it. They don't refurbish anything. Okay, can you scroll up on that article right there?
Yes.
One more. That gentleman right there.
Okay.
He has a YouTube channel where he buys pallets of messed up consoles and sees if he can restore them and he can fix them. That is a person who refurbishes. He'll repaste, reball, fix leaky caps, ultrasonic clean boards, the things that you need to do to say you refurbish.
Okay.
There have been many videos that many YouTubers have done calling DK Oldies out on the fact that they don't even crack open the consoles. I hate to have bringing up some of these people, but there are some YouTubers that have practically made a cottage industry out of calling out DK Oldies.
Yes.
And Review Tech USA is one of them. How I feel about Rich from Review Tech is immaterial. I'm talking about the content here. He bought an Xbox player pack. The thing could barely read discs. He cracked it open. I'm surprised that thing from the Addams Family didn't come out of there.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
that
It was
disgusting.
dusty. That's horrible.
It was that disgusting. That's refurbishing. At the end of the day, anyone who wants to buy from DK Oldies, you go right ahead. If you're a DK Oldies fanboy, maybe change your hobby. You saw the posts. I showed you the Reddit posts.
Yeah.
There are some people out there who ride or die DK Oldies like it was their father.
Dude, and it's disgusting how they wrote them. Like, it was like, my God, like, guys, just get off of them, dude. Like, you know they're wrong. You know DK Oldies is doing wrong.
No, even if you don't think they're doing wrong, if you had an experience with DK Oldies that is not negative, if you got exactly what you wanted in the condition you wanted it, cool. It can happen.
Yes.
Just because DK Oldies screwed over a bunch of people doesn't mean they're going to screw everybody over.
I know. You're right about that. Okay.
And attack people because they don't have the same opinion as you, you need to calm down.
Very
slow your roll, drink a herbal tea, get some incense going, lower the lights, maybe go on your favorite adult site, scratch one out, maybe you'll chill. I kept that PG. I don't want to hear an argument from you. I kept it PG.
You're not gonna get an argument from me, dude. For sure, you're not gonna get nothing from me right now. I'm actually okay with this, but I'm just very curious about what our audience think, dude, because I'm pretty sure we have a good range of people here listening that that maybe have seen their propaganda on TikTok, or even seen some of the YouTubers talk about them, and they're pretty much curious about them. But if you're one of those listeners that actually bought something for them, we would love to know your experience. Please comment down below, let us know your thoughts, and let's have a conversation about this. Now, Willie, okay, so we already had fun with DK Oldies and whatnot, but now let's get down to what you really want to talk about, which is Sony is worried that the Microsoft will sabotage Call of Duty for the PlayStation. Now, this right here, it's an interesting article because I just know you have a lot to say about this, and I think this is something that we talked about before when the whole thing was going down. Which I don't know if I should say I feel bad for Sony, but I know deep down you're like, Sony's been doing this for a long time, so why they should feel bad? But what's your take on this? Can you give us more an explanation about this article, Willie?
All right. Another thing that I really didn't want to talk about, but this one I'll lean into more.
Okay.
As you all know, Microsoft put up a large amount of money, $69 billion, if I'm correct, to buy Activision Blizzard King. Sony immediately threw its hands up and said, "That's not fair." Central to this entire argument is the fact that Activision owns Call of Duty, and Sony says it's afraid that Microsoft will hold Call of Duty hostage and not allow other platforms to have it. Wow. They're basically saying that Microsoft is going to make Call of Duty exclusive to Game Pass, and if you want to play Call of Duty, you have to have Game Pass. Microsoft has done, whether that's true or not, Microsoft has gone, because this is like a whole bunch of regulators around the world, have been looking into this. Some have filed complaints because they're afraid that Microsoft indeed wants to monopolize gaming. And so they're doing their due diligence, trying to make sure that's the case. Microsoft, for their part, have been saying, listen, we don't want to hold Call of Duty hostage. We want more people to play Call of Duty. As a matter of fact, here, Sony, Nintendo, NVIDIA, here are 10-year agreements so we can sign so you can have it on your platform. People are calling out the fact that what is Nintendo going to do with Call of Duty? The Switch can't play it. Meanwhile, you can play Warzone on your phone. And the deal with NVIDIA is really shrewd because that cuts off Sony's argument about cloud gaming. You know that NVIDIA has their own platform, GeForce Now, where you can have certain games. That agreement will mean that Call of Duty will be available on GeForce Now, which is a big deal for a lot of PC gamers who don't have the gaming hardware and play via cloud.
Got it.
Sony doesn't care. Now they're saying in the latest filing that their main concern is that Microsoft will sabotage Call of Duty so that it plays like crap on PlayStation, therefore convincing people to switch to Microsoft.
Man, that's a lot of work. I just gotta say, man, that's a lot of
crazy argument for two reasons.
Go.
Number one, why would Microsoft cripple performance on the biggest console in the market? We'll leave Nintendo out of this because Microsoft and Sony are in direct competition. Nintendo's not compete with them. Even if Microsoft did not offer a Nintendo any kind of agreement to have Call of Duty on Switch, Switch is going to be the inferior product compared to PlayStation and Xbox.
Okay.
Arguably, this is true. Sony is worried that Microsoft would hamper their own business by making an inferior product for a more popular console. That's like Pepsi saying, you know what? Yeah, we want you to buy our product, but we're not going to sell it at Walmart. Oh, so you don't want your product sold on the biggest platform? Yeah, that's a great idea.
Not the
Sony
brightest.
has basically this mentality of, under any and all costs, they do not want Microsoft to buy Activision. Why, you may ask? I'm glad you asked me that question, Punisher. The reason why is because they have an advantage right now. They have an agreement with Activision that gives them exclusive bonuses at launch and prior to launch over any other platform. They don't want to lose that advantage. If Microsoft buys Activision, they have to play in a level playing field, which Sony does not want. So it's okay for Sony to buy an advantage, not Microsoft.
Interesting.
No, interesting. I was going to say it. I didn't say it. Interesting,
Uh-huh.
but it's the truth. Sony wants to maintain their advantage with Call of Duty. It is the biggest game on the planet that's not named FIFA, and they want to make sure that they have the advantage.
But to be fair, at least, and I'm going to be optimistic prime right now, and I want you to hear me out.
Mhm.
They have all the right to be scared, though. I mean, right now, Monopoly. Boy, right now, Microsoft pretty much has a big board covered right now of a lot of AAA titles and developers and stuff like that. So right now, them being worried that Microsoft is going to take a big old thing from, which is Call of Duty. Big, it's theirs. I'm not trying to say it's only theirs, because Call of Duty belongs to a lot of people. Freaking A, like for Microsoft and also Switch, like you were just mentioning. Hell, even mobile. But when you talk about Call of Duty, you're talking about PlayStation as well. Like whatever you want to think about it, or even PC, but mostly PlayStation. So I will probably say they're pretty much pooping in their pants right now, knowing that if this goes sideways and they take this, Sony has nothing. And they have other AAA title games, that's for sure. But Call of Duty is their bread and butter for right now, at least.
I disagree with you, and here's why. Number one, okay, what they're afraid of is not that Microsoft will overtake them. Their fear is that Microsoft will be on even ground. Okay, I want this out in the open. I don't care about Microsoft either. They can go to hell too. They both can go to hell. If they want to go on separate cars, that's their problem. They can both go to hell. But as far as this deal is concerned, my problem with it is not Sony. Sony did not have a problem excluding Spider-Man from Marvel's The Avengers. Sony had no problem buying Bungie. So they can shut it for all I care. Because it's okay when they buy the advantage. It's not okay when Microsoft buys the advantage.
All right. You know what? I'll give you full props on that. And you're absolutely right. But there's also all those acquisitions that Microsoft bought too, which kind of left it slim to a lot of people out there. A lot of not even a lot. It's just freaking PlayStation, which I would have been like, damn, that kind of sucks. Like they could have had at least some of the rights for Doom, even though they have for Microsoft and Steam and stuff like that. But again, this is just us talking about them taking away the companies and whatnot like that versus what we're talking about here in this article. And I think, and I'm going to be honest, just me saying it, Sony's off the deep end right now. If they're thinking that Microsoft is going to do some sort of sabotage. Now, if they're putting it out there, then they're giving Microsoft too much power. And even to a point where Microsoft could be like, hey, they're scared of us. Let's mess around with them or do something just to have the high ground, if we should say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's at least that's my thought for this article.
Let's go that route. Okay.
Okay.
Where was Sony when they bought Bungie? When they bought Blue Point Games? When they bought Housemarque? When they bought Haven Studios? When they bought Blue Point Games? What? That was fine. Yeah, okay. None of them have a Call of Duty.
Okay.
But Bungie made Destiny.
Yeah, and they also worked on Halo and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, they worked on Halo when they were with Microsoft.
Yeah.
Okay. Haven Studios was part of Ubisoft and they worked on Assassin's Creed and Watchdog. Blue Point Games worked on the Uncharted games, Shadow of the Colossus, those kind of games.
Okay.
They acquired those publishers, those developers. But none of them have Call of Duty, so it's okay. This is a straight up acquisition. If Sony is so worried about that, why aren't they making a bid for Ubisoft, who has basically thrown their legs up in the air and said, please, someone buy us?
Yeah, I mean, you're not, again, Willie, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But then again, why didn't Microsoft buy them either? Microsoft has the money. They have all the money right now.
And I want to be known also that I don't like the Activision Blizzard King deal. I like third parties being third parties. I don't like major console publishers, console manufacturers buying up studios.
Yeah,
because that means that they're hoarding that crap for themselves.
Indeed, you're right.
But just like Microsoft made a deal, Sony could have made a deal, and they've made deals. Yeah, yes. Okay. Microsoft bought. You could say Microsoft bought ZeniMax, which is Bethesda and all them people. Well, I mean, how do you feel? How do you think anime weeaboos felt when Sony bought Crunchyroll?
Oh, I know they're pretty much hurt about it, but then again, you can still access Crunchyroll anywhere.
Okay,
but you have to have a
PlayStation. The religious people felt when Sony bought PureFlix.
Wait, who bought PureFlix?
Sony bought PureFlix.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, this happened back in 2020.
Oh wow. Oh right. Okay. You see that I did not know that part right there.
Sony is sitting there with their hands in their pockets saying, see, the problem is that I got a checking and a savings and most of the money is in the savings. No, they're buying people.
Okay.
So they're just mad that Microsoft got it to it first. I'm tired of talking about this.
No. That's it. We're going to leave it like that. And I really want to hear what everybody else thinks about this as well. Please comment down below. Now, Willie, okay. It's time. Scream 6 came out this weekend, or the week that passed. Let me say it right.
Last weekend,
yes. And I've been hearing nothing but good things from it. In fact, I've been hearing that this movie's made $44 million debuted already, and I'm actually surprised about it. And this is coming from Variety. Variety. And so you have to explain to me about this movie. I wanted to go see this movie this weekend. Last weekend with Jose, but I haven't had a chance. It's been very chaotic over here. But you saw it though. Talk to me.
I went this past weekend with my good friend, who I very affectionately call my horror bitch, which is okay because she calls me the same.
Yes. And
it's a good movie. It's a Scream movie. It has all the beats of a Scream movie. A random person gets killed in the beginning. The horror nerd in the group lays out the rules. Things are happening, and then at the end you have the hokey reveal of who it is, and it's extremely hokey. But you get the satisfying conclusion. It has the same amount of gore as the last movie, Scream 5, folks. I just wanted to call it Scream because reasons.
Of course.
And it was an enjoyable movie overall. The tension was high for me in two scenes. The scene where they're walking across a ladder from one apartment to the other over an alley. I am afraid of heights.
Same here.
And the subway scene. Both are absolutely tension-filled. They do tension very well. Well, I'm not the only one that enjoyed it. It made $44.5 million in its opening weekend.
Amazing.
By far, the best entry in the series, opening weekend. Just so you know, second place was Scream 3.
For $34 million, from what I'm seeing.
With $34.7 million, followed by last year's Scream, 30 million. No, I'm sorry. Scream 2 made 32.9.
Oh, okay.
And Scream 2022 at 30. Then opening weekend.
That's amazing.
So this one by far is the best opening for a Scream movie. I think it was worth it. A lot of unexpected things.
Okay.
I wouldn't say a lot, but a good amount of unexpected things. That's another hallmark of Scream. They keep you guessing. But they have in this one. I remember because my partner, my horror bitch, she was questioning things from the very beginning.
Oh.
Because all of a sudden we saw it, and I'm like, that's not the way this works. And then we found out why. Also, Flash Thompson's in this movie.
Explain who's Flash Thompson.
Flash Thompson in the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies.
There we go.
That geek is in this movie. And when I saw him, I'm like, Flash! Also, I just want this out there.
Yes.
Jenna Ortega is an absolute treat.
I bet she is. She's fun.
She's an excellent actress. She's cool. She's like cool. You saw her Wednesday on Netflix. You know she's cool.
Absolutely.
Melissa Barrera is hotter. I just want that out there. Melissa Barrera is hotter. Sam is hot.
But
she's also older, which means that I don't feel as bad.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, that's cool. But Willie, okay, so being that this movie made 44.5 million, so then the movie 65, like how did those movies do?
Okay, so rounding out this is the rest of the top 10.
Okay.
Creed 3 lost its top place from last week, but it still made $27.3 million. 65, Adam Driver's new movie, started at third with $12.3 million. Didn't get reviewed well either.
I thought it was going to be a good movie. It looked interesting.
It looked interesting, but it didn't do anything. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania fell off a cliff, only making $7.13 million, which means it's only made $198.1 million domestically. That's not a good thing.
That's not. That means overhaul. We had to change.
And yeah, The Shine fell off of Cocaine Bear. It is fifth with $6.25 million. Champions, another new movie that came out. I want to see that movie. You turned me on to that movie. You showed I didn't know that movie existed, and now I need it in my life. But it debuted at 5.15 million.
I still love that one quote. I'm your homie with an extra chromie.
I don't care. I want to see that movie. I want to see it. $5.15 million, sixth place. Followed by Jesus Revolution with 5.13. Avatar: The Way of Making a Lot of Money with 2.66 million. I'm going to talk about them in a minute. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Have you seen it?
No, yeah, I have. I can't believe it's still going.
That's a good movie. Even though it's on digital, it's still making money in theaters. 1.75 million for number 9. And Operation Fortune, Rue de Guerre, is at number 10 with $1.27 million. Jason Statham, sorry, dude. I'm going to tell you that, I'm happy for Scream 6.
Same here.
No. We talked about this last week. Horror movies are rife for sequels. You know there's going to be another one coming out, especially considering how well this one did. How bad does Neve Campbell feel now that she didn't sign on to play in this movie?
She's feeling something. That's for a fact. She's feeling something.
Like I've seen the reports, not just Neve Campbell with reprising her role of Sydney, but Sylvester Stallone not wanting to be in Creed 3 as Rocky, and that movie's doing well.
That movie's really good. I like that movie a lot.
I'm gonna go see that one next. Actually, no, wait, hold on a second, because I think I have The Pope's Exorcist coming up soon, and I gotta go see that one.
Hi, John Tron. That's all I can think about just because of that.
Oh yeah, you can't play it.
Yes. No, I can't play it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, yes, yes. The liver. Yes,
Yep.
but
Pull that thing out of the liver from blah, 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 and you know
have
what?
cake. Yes.
Yeah.
Still, I'm happy for Scream 6 only because it's proven what I said last week.
Yeah.
Horror movies are rife for sequels, and the sequels perform. They're cheap to make, and they bring in money.
Yeah, it does. But Willie,
Talk about other happy things.
stop what I was going to tell you right now.
This is my
We need to
victory
talk
lap.
about the Oscars, Bobby. We need to talk about the Oscars and what, huh?
What did you call me?
Bobby, bro, Cuban. Don't worry about it. I ain't call you.
Relax.
No, I'm Cuban. I'm Cuban. Okay,
I ain't
relax.
that Cuban.
Oi, I'm Cuban. But check this out.
I am too, but I ain't that Cuban.
Oi, but we have some good news here, bro. Okay.
Oh, I'm happy.
And we gotta show it here, bro. Because, dude, everything, everywhere, all at once won 8 freaking awards, and I am so happy for them. Extremely happy for the fact that they won 8.
7.
7? Are you sure?
I'm counting them right now. And I have
I thought I got 8.
those. I'm at 7. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna go one by one.
All right, go ahead.
Count them with me. Best Picture.
Yes.
Best Actress in a Supporting Role.
Yes. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes. Best Actor in a Supporting Role. Ke Huy Quan.
Beautiful. Yes.
I almost cried.
Oh yeah. That was emotional for me.
Original Screenplay.
Oh.
Actress in a Leading Role, Michelle Yeoh.
Actually, wait a minute. Original screenplay?
Original Screenplay.
Oh, that's all the way down there. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actress in a Leading Role, Michelle Yeoh.
Yes.
I have. Hold on, I'm still looking.
The director?
Film editing, everything everywhere all at once, and best director, the Daniels. That's 7.
Huh. Well, I'll be damned.
Either way,
right. I guess I was right.
I have been crowing about this movie since last year. I told y'all this was a good movie.
It's a really good movie.
Not because I agree with the Oscars all the time, but damn, it was good to see them winning. I loved watching Jamie Lee Curtis lose her crap when she was announced. I loved watching Stephanie Hsu absolutely fangirling for Jamie Lee Curtis and Michelle Yeoh and Ke Huy Quan. Ke Huy Quan was, I swear to God, he looked like a much taller, much older short round.
Oh my God, even when he talked, I was like,
oh. When he got up and he got to hug Harrison Ford, I'm like, yes, life is worth living.
I was like, Hindi! That's all I heard in my head.
I was so happy to see them win because, man, it's good to see a movie that's actually enjoyable.
Very, bro. Very.
Win and win and win and win. And they weren't the only ones. All Quiet on the Western Front won a few.
Mm-hmm.
A RRR was not nominated for Best International Film. That was a travesty, and that was an outrage. All Quiet on the Western Front won for International Feature Film. RRR was not even nominated. What is wrong with you people? But
well, yeah,
RRR won for Best Original Song. They did Natu on the stage. I was very pleased.
Very.
Top Gun Maverick won for Best Sound, Best Achievement in Sound. It sounds like a bullcrap award. I don't care. My 3 favorite movies of last year won an Oscar. Top Gun Maverick, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and RRR. If you have not seen those 3 movies, what are you doing with your life?
I'm only one short out of those 3.
And Brendan Fraser won Best Actor for The Whale.
I'm going to tell you right now, that man's such a delight, dude. Just seeing him, he is so humble. And the
He
fact that he gets so in, I was like, oh God, bro, Brandon,
he
please stop.
almost looks like he's overwhelmed. I am
Yes,
so happy for him because after all the
yes,
crap that he went through,
yes.
he's being recognized now. I'm
Finally,
happy. I'm
man, I'm
so
happy
happy
for
for
that.
him. And
This is considered a great comeback for Ki Ku Kwan and Brandon, to be honest.
Ki Hui Kwan, he was being interviewed talking about how after Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom and then the Goonies, he thought he had it made. There were no other roles for him. They kept giving him bit roles. He had to change his name to a more American sounding name because his agent suggested it. And he basically gave up on acting because he's like, I'm never going to do it again. He lost his health
Absolutely.
insurance. And he got himself this role, and it's done wonders for him because now everybody remembers him.
Yeah,
And oh, by the way, his agent,
yeah.
do you know who his agent is?
No.
Chunk.
What? Chunk is his agent?
Chunk is his agent.
Oh God, full circle. Full circle.
Absolutely full circle. I'm happy
so
for
happy.
all of them. They even say Corey Feldman showed a thing of him reacting to Ki Kwan winning when the young woman who presented for him saw their name and she started to cry. That's like yes, yes,
That's awesome.
that's awesome. I'm happy for everybody who won. I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna sound kind of mean. I don't want to be mean. Black Panther
okay.
Wakanda Forever won for best costume design.
Okay.
Angela Bassett was nominated for best actress in a supporting role.
Okay.
She looked pretty bitter when Jamie Lee Curtis won. I understand it though. For the
Yes.
SAG Awards, she was very happy for Jamie Lee Curtis. But this is the Oscars. You want to win it. Angela Bassett's been in the game for a while. Not as
Yeah,
long
she's been.
as Jamie Lee Curtis, maybe, but she's been in the game for a while.
I get it.
I understand the
get it.
reason why she was disappointed, but put a better face.
You know what? And I will have to agree with you there, Willie. We're talking about two powerhouses here, folks. And I would say if you won, you won. If you didn't, you didn't. But you still show support and love to your fellow actors and friends and stuff like that. You know what? Get up and clap for it. Hey, I'm proud of you. You know,
Yes.
it could have been either one of us. But you know what? I'm happy and I'm supportive of you. And guess what? I'm going to keep acting. And who knows? Maybe I'm next on the list on the Oscars. But
You know what? No.
that face, dude, that
I
hurts,
understand
man.
Not a fair comparison because Stephanie Hsu has not been in the game anywhere near as long as Angela Bassett.
Mhm.
But Stephanie Hsu was also nominated for actress in a supporting role. And she absolutely fangirled hard when Jamie Lee Curtis won. Not just at the Oscars, but at the SAG Awards.
Yes.
And when Michelle Yeoh won in the SAGs, Jamie Lee Curtis 100% fangirled for her.
Yeah.
I like to see that camaraderie. Like they're all. I showed you before we started the speech
Absolutely.
that the cast made when they won the SAG for Best Picture. They brought James Hong up on the stage.
Yes.
That man has been in the game longer than all of them put together. Well, Michelle Yeoh said it. He's been acting since there were only 49 states. It was good to see Michelle Yeoh get her props. It was good to see Jamie Lee Curtis get her props. It was good to see Ki Hui Kwan just owning everything. It was good to see all of this. Yes, I love the movie, but still, it's good to see all of this.
No, absolutely, dude. And Angela Bassett, great actor. When I saw her in Black Panther again, I didn't really care too much about the movie, but her role was tight. Like, dude, I felt for her more than I did for the movie.
She was great. She was great, but so was Jamie Lee Curtis. And people are going to say, "No, that was a bullcrap role." No, it wasn't. Watch the movie. Watch the arc that she has. Yeah, okay, it's a multiversal movie, whatever. But she did a great job.
It's still such a good movie, though. It was still such a good movie. I enjoyed that movie a lot. And I'm going to be honest, I'll choose Everything, Everywhere, All at Once over Black Panther twice.
Every day. every day. This is not anything, I mean, against Black Panther Wakanda Forever,
No,
because I
all
enjoyed
good,
the
but
movie, but every day, my top three favorite movies. And then I want to say everything, everywhere all at once is number one. RRR is number two. Top Gun Maverick is number three.
yeah,
And I didn't think that Top Gun Maverick was going to be there, but Jesus Christ, that was a good movie.
yes, it was. But Willie, I do have to say, man, I want to leave this up to the audience now. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think about everything we just talked about right now about the Oscars and everything above that? Please comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Let's have a conversation about this. And Willie, it's time, bro. You know what time it is? Time to go. And everybody, thank you so much for watching us today on this amazing show. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button just to know we come up with this amazing news, which comes, 3 times a week. Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday, and a little something in between. Willie, any last words?
If anything I said offended you, or made you feel bad, I'm sorry. And you're welcome.
Man. Folks, again, thank you so much for watching us on this amazing show, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bah!